Hey, Red Ranger here. While you watch me gracefully fail at Fortnite parkour, let me drop some Ranger wisdom on you. Call it Ranger 101. First lesson, teamwork. Back in '93, when we first morphed, everyone thought the helmet and spandex did the hard work. Nope. The real power was teamwork. We learned to cover each other, watch each other's backs, and occasionally save each other from embarrassment. But here in Fortnite, yeah, teamwork doesn't stop you from falling off a floating platform. Trust me, I've tested it repeatedly. Still, it's nice to know that if I miss a jump, someone else might eventually mess up worse than me. Keeps morale high. Second lesson, always respect your equipment. My power sword, indestructible. This Fortnite pickaxe breaks on a vending machine. Not quite the same level of tech, but hey, at least it's got cool skins. And don't get me started on emotes. In my day, the closest thing to a victory dance was a victory pose while holding a giant sword. Fortnite takes it to the next level. I respect that. Third lesson, adaptability. Rita Repulsa threw giant monsters at us. Epic throws death runs, which is scarier. Depends. Rita never built a map where you fall in lava 35 times in a row. I've learned to adapt, mostly by screaming a little less and holding my controller tighter. And yes, sometimes yelling, "It's morphin' time," helps. Not the game, just me. Moral support. Here's some Ranger trivia for you. Did you know the helmets were so hard to see through? Half the time we were basically fighting blind? Yeah, so when I miss a jump here, I call it method acting. Brings back the old days. Also, those helmets made headbutts feel epic. Might explain why I occasionally ram into walls in Fortnite. Coincidence? Maybe. Another fact, back in the original series, I was technically the leader. But you know what leadership really means? Being the first one to test the danger. That's right, first into battle, first into failure, and apparently first to respawn. So when you see me fall here, remember, it's not clumsy, it's leadership. Sometimes being the leader just means being the most entertaining. That's a lesson in itself. Lesson 4, style matters. When you morph, you don't just become powerful, you look powerful. Same with Fortnite. It doesn't matter if I miss 20 jumps, as long as I'm doing it in Ranger Red, I'm winning. Spandex or skins, grip is eternal. Also, tip for new Rangers, confidence is half the battle. Fall with style, fail with flair. Now let's do a crossover comparison. Megazords, basically the original squad vehicle. Multi-part, fully customizable, giant finishing move. Imagine calling in a Megazord as a mythic in Fortnite. Tell me you wouldn't main that. Epic if you're listening. I'll bet to test it for you. And honestly, don't even get me started on combining Zords with launch pads. Pure chaos. Fifth and final lesson, perseverance. Every Ranger has to get knocked down before they stand tall. Doesn't matter if it's by a monster, a boss fight, or this jump I keep missing right here. The point is, you always get back up. That's what being a Ranger's all about. And sometimes, failing spectacularly makes the victory feel even sweeter. And hey, spoiler alert, after all these fails, I do finish the map. Because that's the Ranger way. Fall, learn, rise, repeat, and then celebrate. Ends with an emote dance. Trust me, never underestimate the power of celebration. That's Ranger Wisdom 101. Class dismissed. Now let's finish this parkour run, Ranger style.